Peace and blessings and namaste to all light warriors and workers and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and continuing on with the Divine Feminine journey, I wanted to bring some other things to light. And the reason why I'm doing this Divine Feminines is because some of you have entered into unions and relationships before you actually started waking up into who you are. And some of your relationships are based on old-fashioned or antiquated beliefs, okay? And some of you women are actually intimidating the men because some of the beliefs, the structures that was embedded and ingrained in a lot of our divine masculines has a lot to do with them and, having the knowledge or them being the sole providers. They don't even understand that they stress themselves out by trying to take on so many tasks that, the virtuous woman or the divine feminine can assist with, okay? So instead of wanting to partner with you, they're kind of wanting you to be submissive to them, okay? And I'm going to show you some things and I'm going to teach you some tactics. Now, this is only for divine feminines who are content in their union. Okay, like this is not something that is karmic. It's not harmful. It's just a little bit of hump that you're trying to get over, but you love your husband. You love your family life. You don't want to let it go. So I'm going to give you some advice, okay, on how to talk to them and to get them to understand that divine feminines or the feminine nature is the counterpart to God. Okay, so you're just as powerful. You're just as smart. Okay, now we're going to deal with some things in the Hebrew. Okay. Back in the day. And what some scholars think, and what we're discovering when we break down a lot of things in Hebrew, okay? Number one, what you had in the Old Testament and in Hebrews when we were dealing with the collective of powers. You had Els, okay, individual. You had Elohim, it's a collective. And you also had ELOAH. All right. Now, typically in the Hebrew language, anything that is ended with an O or an A and H is the feminine counterpart, right? So if the El was a masculine and Elohim meant a group or a collective, then ELOAH naturally is a female goddess. All right. But this has been hidden from you for a very long time. So you did not know this. But yes, there was a goddess, the ELOAH, in the Old Testament. As a matter of fact, they called her the Queen of Heaven. Do you understand? All right. So this was a collective and it actually dealt with masculine and feminine energy. Remember, in the beginning, it says male and female, he created them. Okay. Male and female, he created them. And you have the masculine and the feminine counterpart that is representing the divine. Well, what ended up happening was only the masculine counterpart had been acknowledged during this time. And so a lot of people grew up with these weird beliefs, okay, that, if it was coming from the divine, that it actually had to come through the man, okay? Now, there is truth to that, but I'm going to break this down a little bit, okay, for you. We're dealing with two different forms of intelligences and logics, okay? Two different forms of intelligence. The masculine intelligence, the feminine intelligence, okay? The polarities of that: order, chaos, okay, for the feminine, all right? Masculine, positive, feminine, negative, all right? Now, we're looking at all of this and we're saying, okay, why is she continually being deemed as negative, or she's the chaos, or it's because you really don't understand it, okay? And you don't have to look at it as a negative thing, okay? I told you before, ELOAHs, we create, but the masculine principle, okay, is the one that puts order and law to things. And we are just advanced and expressive, okay, and creative, all right? But if it does not have any order to it, then it's automatically considered chaos. But it does not mean that you're chaotic. Do you understand? It's just how we think and process and how we are meant to balance one another, all right? Now, excuse me. Another thing you will find out, there is a name for God in the Old Testament, and that is called SHADDAI. Okay, if you've ever heard of SHADDAI, and they had translated that to mean God Almighty. Okay, but when you look at it in the Hebrew, Shad, okay, is breast. Okay, and SHADDAI is multi-breasted. Okay, so what we're actually saying there is multi-breasted goddess. All right, I'm here on a mission and nothing's going to stop me. And so are you. You're here on a mission too. And we've got to wake this planet up and let them know that the divine feminine is not going to be ignored. Okay, it's not going to be ignored. We're not going to be fit into these little boxes of antiquated beliefs and all of that stuff, that you are worthy to stand in your power. Okay, so I've given you two references to look up on your own. You want ELOAH, ELOAH, okay, and you want El Shaddai. Now, people are fighting against it and say, ELOAH, no, that's just another word for Mexican. No, it's not. Okay, Hebrew was very deliberate. Okay, Hebrew is very deliberate with its vowels and its letters, not only for vocabulary, but also numeric values. All right, so ELOAH, El Shaddai, all right, many-breasted God or multi-breasted goddess. All right, so the divine feminine has never left this planet or disappeared. She was just carefully hidden for a certain season, okay? And we took a step back and we watched what happened. And now we came back here on this planet like, yeah, it's so time to change this. So for you divine feminines who are stuck in relationships, okay, with a man that you love, and you know this is your pair, and you know this is your twin flame, and you know, but he has antiquated beliefs, okay? He wants to control you, or he does not see or understand what a virtuous woman is or what a divine feminine is, and he thinks he has to be the head of everything, okay? And you're content with that, okay? And you can be, because there's different types of women, okay? All of us are not cookie cutter, all right? So there are women who are okay with letting their husbands be the head of the household if their husbands can operate in righteousness, okay? And I'm saying to you, divine feminine, if your husbands can operate in righteousness, it's okay. Okay, what you don't want to do is follow somebody into a ditch. Okay, so you have to know how to pick and choose your battles. So what you want to do when it comes down to having an old-fashioned type man that you're supposed to follow me and I'm supposed to prepare and this, that, and the third, he wants to be the head. Okay, let him be the head. You be the neck. Did you get what I just said to you? All right, let him be the head. You be the neck. And what does the neck do? It directs where the head goes. And you have to be very subtle with it, because a lot of our divine masculines are still in the ego right now. They're kind of playing catch up, okay? We're rooting for them like, yay, you know, come on, wake up, guys, because we need you on this earth. We need y'all partnering with us. You can no longer fight against us, okay? That's a fight that you're not going to win. This has all been divinely orchestrated so that we can make change to this new earth, okay? So we are sitting back like holding our, our hands and clenching and hoping that all of the divine masculines across this world finally tap in and understand this is my partner, okay? This is my partner. This is not my opponent, all right? This is somebody that is here to compliment me, not somebody here that's going to hurt me, okay? This is a person that I can build with, okay, as opposed to taking on all the responsibility by myself until I just simply go crazy, okay? So you're noticing that even though you may have some husbands that have these old-fashioned beliefs, they want to do this, they want to take care of you, they want to make sure that you're financially stable, they want to make sure that the household, and they want to be the ones to do that. But pay attention to the demeanor when they get overworked. Do they really want to take on all that responsibility, or were they mentally trained that they had to? And so what you're seeing is a lot of our men end up going into depressions, okay? They end up being highly stressed, having a lot of anxiety because they want the weight. They think that they're supposed to carry the weight, but that's because they don't understand what true partnership is. Okay, so what I'm saying to you, divine feminines, who are stuck in some type of situation like that, where your husbands are still feeling like they want to be the head, okay? And if they are making righteous decisions and you want them to be the head, that's fine. But when they get out of order, you make sure that you're the neck. All right, you make sure. And how you want to do it, divine feminines, is we always, especially when the divine masculines have a lot of ego, we always want to make it seem like it was their idea, even though we implanted it. All right. And when he gets excited that he discovered something new, we go, oh, good for you. You want some nookie? That's what we do. Okay. So be the neck. All right. Be content. All right. You don't have to be the leader in the relationship. You don't also have to be the follower in a relationship. What you need to be is balanced, and you need to be respected. Do you understand? Okay. And the more the divine masculines start to wake up to realize that there is a powerful feminine energy, that they were supposed to be counterbalanced, that this was their helpmeet or Ezer Kenegdo. Okay. The person that stands in front of them, the reflective nature. Okay. The reflective energy, mirroring and bouncing off of one another. Once they start to see them as as equals, that's when we're start to make progress. And that's when we're going to shift this world. Okay. Just being balanced all the way around. All right. Because if you are in a bashert type of union where you're actually sharing one soul, what they do to you, they do to themselves and vice versa, right? And what you do to them, you end up doing to yourself, all right? Because you are bashirts. So therefore, we always want to encourage ourselves, okay? And keep ourselves motivated, uplifted, strong, powerful, knowing, all knowing, okay? Especially if you're a divine feminine, most of you are all knowing, okay? Divine feminines can see. They can understand, they can feel. You know what I mean? They can talk, they can communicate, they know what's going on, right? So if you're all knowing, all right, then what you have to do is take the information that is given to you and try to find the best method to relay that information to your masculines, all right, in a way that makes them feel like it's their idea. All right. And therefore, you don't have to deal with the ego so much. All right. And the fighting back and forth. We need to be balanced out here. Okay. There are always going to be some things that you, divine feminine, are way better than. All right. And then there's going to be some things that your divine masculines are way better than. All right. But what you're supposed to be doing is complementing one another and building on it. All right. So if you have one of these men that's like, hey, what did I say? And you love that man, okay, find a strategy to slowly introduce him to that. Okay, if he's old fashioned and he wants you, to be a homebody, and take care of the kids and stuff like that, which is beautiful. Okay, because I think honestly that, children of a certain age should be taught by mom. All right. We don't believe and sending our kids off to daycare when they can't express to you what's going on. You understand? So if that's the case, and you have a new child or something like that, and your masculine, your husband is saying, I want you to stay home. Okay. I want you to raise the children and let me take care of the bills and things like that. And you're okay with it. Okay. And it works out for your favor. You can try something simple as, going online. If you're seeing that he's stressed out because of the financial burden, the financial responsibility, the stress and all that, go online, start off something, start bringing a little bit of money in there. It's just a little bit. Okay. See how he reacts to it. Okay. If he comes home, you're well, what are we going to eat? This, that, and the third. And you're like, well, I made $90. That might ease a little bit of stress. Maybe he'll start waking up to the point that you can contribute in one way or the other. I do not suggest that you walk away from that relationship. What I do suggest you do is to learn his mentality, okay, where his triggers are, okay, and slowly introduce the concepts that maybe, just maybe, we'd be better off if you let me help you. Okay? That's all. All right? I am Sophie. And I love you all. Bye-bye.